guys, be nice to your parents. The perception people have always had of streamers is that they are insanely rich. Like they have money flowing out of their pores, really the fat cats of the internet. And I cannot debate that, nor can I really defend it. Because I'm sure you've all seen the clips of some fat dumpling like Face Lacy say that streaming is harder than a 9 to 5. When in reality, they're making the kind of money that people could only hope to achieve through years of hard work. Right, there's no conversation to be had there, not even a bit. But what I do want to converse about, if you guys would be kind enough to sit down and listen to me, is this recent uproar against ExtraEmily. She's a pretty big streamer, you might have heard about her. I haven't, and this is like my actual first introduction to her for this backlash. Where in a recent stream, she's talking about how she doesn't really want to pay back her parents for her college expenses. Back when she graduated or dropped out, back in, I don't fucking know. Either way, she probably hasn't used that degree for much, considering how now she's a pretty big streamer. Then at one point, a friend asked her how much is a debt in total, whereas it turns out it's $140,000, which is an insane amount. But regardless, she got backlash for saying how she's not too privy to pay it back, and how she more than definitely could with the amount she makes now as a streamer.
I'm never gonna pay it back though.
Wait, actually?
No, I don't want to.
But you could.
Yeah, but I'm not going
Wait,
to.
do you have student loans?
Yeah, student loans to my parents.
And you're making them pay it off?
No, like my parents paid, and then they're like, pay us back for college, and I just like don't want to.
But don't you think that would make them like really happy and proud?
No, they're fine.
Are you doing it kind of like almost out of spite because you're like, I don't want to because like I can, but I know that you guys don't need it?
Yes.
That's why you don't.
Yes, they don't need it. And I'm
you
like,
don't need it.
I'm just a bad daughter.
You are.
Yeah, it's fine. The only reason they want me to pay it back is because I'm a streamer.
Yeah, you should pay it back.
Because I didn't use my degree. So they're like, okay.
How much is it?
170K.
You should pay it back.
I don't want to.
Oh,
I mean, I did pay them 10K, and then I was like, I'm over this. I don't want to pay.
Okay, you've got that, and then it cuts to the same stream or a different stream when she's in the kitchen with her mom, talking about it.
Do you think it's a waste that I went to college?
That is a really good question.
Mm-hmm.
I spent a lot of money on that. And then you become a streamer.
Yeah, but I'm also helping.
That's a really good question. I don't know how to answer it.
But I'm paying you back for college.
Yes, that's right. That's unnecessary.
That's necessary?
Yeah, we're almost broke. Because you went to the college. Go to the expensive one, yeah.
And then fast forward, it cuts to her, at least in this clip from his account, in the same stream, again, I don't know, of her just crying from the comments, like I said, the backlash of people calling, I saw someone say he's a cheapskate for not paying them back.
No, you know what it is? It's exhaustion.
Yeah, I think I'm just exhausted.
It's exhausting. Listen, if it makes you feel any better, at least your parents still talk to you.
Yeah, my parents are cool.
I only got one left.
Like, my parents are like overall really happy and think I'm a good daughter.
You are a great daughter.
I don't know.
No, Arthur, what have you done?
They were very happy that I bought Cancun for them.
So you got that, and I really want you to step in and give my own opinion, because some of these people in the replies are calling her a piece of shit. But I'll get the other stuff out of the way that came from this, because it really sets the background and why I think this is a bit ridiculous. For one, you ever read a post that was taken down due to being cited as being clickbait, even though it just says what actually happened? I don't think it sounds that opinionated. But at the same time, this is Reddit. Like, you could literally post a picture of your newborn and it will get banned for like not showing any evidence. Then you also have these screenshots, which might be leaks, I don't know, where it was a friend and fellow streamer, Nick Pollum, running the fence for her. And to be fair, he's not saying anything too crazy. But you go back to the Reddit post for a second, 2 comments were screenshotted that give her a sample of the overall sentiment of how she is in the wrong for being like this, and treating her parents in such a manner. I'm not gonna hate, it's just the point that they literally made her sign a paper saying she would What? Saying she would pay 14k each year back. And they still bring it up every time they see her, considering how wealthy she is. It should be at least, she should be doing that at least. He just kept saying how I'm over it, which makes her look extremely entitled. Maybe there's more to it, so keep a level head. Just comes off that way. I'm sorry, who the fuck would make a 14k contract, like repayment, for the kid in college? She really thought it was funny that she doesn't want you to pay them back, but once Chad told her she's being selfish, she cried, which is probably how she got her way her whole life. Only Sims were encouraging her, not even Nick or Arthur were on her side. The last thing I'll read is this from another fellow streamer, fan, defending Emily. Man, I think this is the one thing in this video that brings us some good points. People are being mean to Emily, so here I am. I'm in the same boat as her, so if you're still mad at Emily, you can be mad at me too. My mom paid my college tuition, we have a super close relationship, and she makes the same pay me back for my wasted money jokes. And before anyone says it's not a joke, ask yourself, who knows them better? A stranger who saw some clips online, or someone who's spent their entire life with them since birth? Yeah, fair enough. Like Emily, I will not be paying my mom back. Instead, I pay for her mortgage, bills, food, flights, and my brother's college tuition. Similarly, Emily prefers helping her parents out the same way or treating them to vacations, which she quite literally did. I mean, I haven't seen that, but yeah, I can believe it. Instead of just giving them a big sum of money. Also, by the way, I'm assuming like in America, of course in America, you can't really fork over 100k without having like a huge part be taken for taxes. So if she did, she could pay back over time, but in one big sum, like these people wanted to, yeah, she probably have to pay like 200k to mitigate the tax. She shouldn't have to publicly offer up this information to defend herself. She was clearly just making a lighthearted comment that is technically true and fits her on-stream persona. So I don't know why the combo went on for so long. I'd be lucky if my future daughter takes care of me the way Emily does hers. Some of you need to worry about yourselves and your own parents first. Okay, finally, enough reading. Thank God. Because I really want to give my opinion on all of this boring shit. Okay, to be entirely honest, I think people are seeing this situation through the generic lenses of streamers are entitled and just greedy. But I think that makes people blind to the actual potential scenario going on here, and how most of this only really looks bad if you subscribe to the worst image possible of Emily. For one, I'm gonna act like a bit of an accountant and say that if you could afford $140,000 for college tuition, like not even uni, for college, then yeah, I'd go as far to say that you're probably in a decent spot that where that amount won't fuck you over too much. I mean, a mom said that they did sort of go broke during that time, but people say that relative to their financial situation before the fact. And also, that conversation took place in a pretty good-looking kitchen. A kitchen, I imagine, must be in the house of her mom's, which makes sense when you consider what Fan said before, that yeah, technically, she doesn't plan to pay that huge step back, but that doesn't erase the rest of the shit she pays for them to have a pretty good life. The kind of life that doesn't call and beckon for that huge debt to be paid back. Of course, the first thing you imagine when you hear parents and college debt are people struggling a lot, burdened by that debt, when in reality, even though I can't prove that they're not, because I don't fucking know them, neither can other people saying that they are, calling Emily a scumbag, a bitch, and a filthy rat. This also applies to the question of, was there some sort of agreement before she did college, or was it after? Because if it was before, sort of fucked, but at least there was some agreement beforehand. But if it's after, yeah, that's way worse. Because in what other scenario would you justify parents hounding their kids to pay them back for something that people would just consider a natural job as a good parent who shouldn't expect their money back? And also, if we're gonna make assumptions, they're Asian. I've got an extensive story in my head on how they had like a thorough plan for their daughter, and now they're pissed that they didn't use their money effectively, when they paid for it to go to the expensive one. And again, to go back to part 2 with that 14k a year contract, what fucking sane parent would do that? Like, I have no idea about that. I have no idea what's in reference to. But if it's really true and it's as simple as that, then yeah, I think the parents deserve some flack for that. But once again, I think this is one of those things where assumptions is a real big bad guy, to the point that I can't really make like a good hard stance, because we really don't know enough about them, or apart from this clip on the stream. If there was a retrospective showing her bad behavior to her parents, would that paint a clearer picture? Yes, absolutely. But that doesn't exist. No, at least not yet. So I think some people, are quick to conjure up the worst woman alive in the head, which, if I may, might be born from sexism, with, how people want to burn and drown Twitch thoughts, or basically any slightly annoying female streamer, to be honest.